If you're working as a health, fitness, or wellness professional and you're seeing clients with ADHD, this issue isn't fun whether your client is 8 or 58. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 steps you can help your clients take to improve ADHD symptoms. Just know this is going to be a different viewpoint on ADHD than you see in the mainstream. And if the mainstream viewpoints have not been helping your clients see any results, a different viewpoint might be a good idea. Let's get at it.
TC Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
Now, a lot of our clients seem to have the viewpoint that if they're eating enough food, that they have the energy to get up and walk to their car, that they have all the resources that they need. But every task that the body completes takes resources to handle that. Nutrients, minerals, amino acids, they're all important. And the minerals are really important because the minerals are what signals travel from the body to the brain and from the brain back to the body. The signals travel through those minerals. If you put an electrical current in water, it's going to shock you. You're not going to like it. It's going to be horrible because that electricity travels through the minerals in that water. If you put an electric current in distilled water that contains no minerals, the electric current won't travel. Now, no, I don't want you to test that out, but you can see that this is just like the brain. The brain needs to be able to send those signals through enough minerals so that the body can function correctly, and so can the brain. To understand this better, let's look at seizures. If a person has really low blood sugar, they can have a seizure. If a person has really low mineral levels, they can have a seizure. If a person has both really low minerals and really low blood sugar at the same time, they're even more likely to have a seizure. So if a person is dealing with these issues of low blood sugar and low minerals at the same time, but maybe they're not so severe that they're going to have a seizure where the body is basically shutting down, the body is not operating correctly when there's a seizure, right? That can be viewed as a total shutdown. So if a person is dealing with these issues, but not to such a severe level that they're going to have a seizure, doesn't it make sense that the body might not work optimally? It might not be so bad that it has a seizure, but it's still not going to function correctly. So they don't see a seizure, but maybe they can't focus correctly, maybe they're hyperactive, maybe they have no attention span, and all these other symptoms that we hear about. And what makes this even more interesting is we always hear about how ADHD goes hand in hand with epilepsy. It's almost like they're telling you, yeah, if you got ADHD, that can lead to epilepsy. Almost like the ADHD is causing the epilepsy. Well, what if it just made more sense that both of these issues have the same underlying cause, where both minerals and blood sugar are both going low at the same time? And maybe which issue the person deals with depends on the severity of the issue and how their body is dealing with those problems, and it can be different from person to person. Another insight that's important to understand is that a lot of these ADHD and anti-seizure medications that your clients are working appear to work because they appear to have the ability to restrict a person's ability to pee out their salts. So these minerals are staying in the system because the person can't pee them out, and now there's more minerals for these signals to travel through, and all of a sudden they can feel and function a little bit better. It may also be why we hear about a lot of people having their blood pressure go up when they're taking these medications, and they tell us, well, it's because it's a stimulant, so it's going to raise the blood pressure. But caffeine's a stimulant, and a lot of people have their blood pressure go down when they use caffeine because it's like a diuretic and causing them to pee out their minerals. So I really like to look at these things that kind of make sense and put them together to how the body really works. I know a lot of circles out there don't like things that make sense. They want it to be just about what happened in a study. But when we're looking at our clients and we see them suffering, we want to help them, we kind of need to look at what might make sense for them. So if we can look at our client's body chemistry and see that, yeah, there are signs that mineral levels may be going low, and there are signs that blood sugar could be having spikes and crashes, then all of a sudden we have a place to start with. If we can help them correct those issues and their ADHD symptoms improve, well, all of a sudden everything starts to make sense a little bit. So where we really see this magnify is with the clients that are dealing with hypoglycemic type issues, where they're consuming these carbs and sugars and they're getting this big sugar spike that turns into a huge sugar crash. And it's in the sugar crash that all the problems really show up. And another thing that kind of confirms this is that a ketogenic diet has been the mainstay for big success with epilepsy for decades. They've seen so much success with people removing epilepsy by using a ketogenic diet. And a lot of them will say, well, it's because you're supplying the body with these ketones. It's like another fuel source. And I think that that is part of it. But an even bigger part is I think that they're removing the carbohydrates that create the spikes and the sugar crashes, where the sugar crashes are creating all that trouble. Now, I'm not saying you should put all your clients that have ADHD on a ketogenic diet. There's definitely a lot of people where a ketogenic diet is not appropriate for their body chemistry. But when I have a client with ADHD, I do like to see them change the carbohydrates that they're consuming. I want to move them away from these carbohydrates that are going to create a huge spike and crash and move them towards what I call medium carbohydrates that'll give them enough carbs for them to function correctly without creating such a huge spike and crash. Because when we're having these hypoglycemic things, and you can have clients look at their body chemistry and they'll often show signs that is showing that where they'll be in a place where their insulin is basically like a big bully. And it's going to process those carbohydrates too efficiently and create those crashes where they should be. So in my book, Health Pro Results, I show you how to walk clients through those simple self-tests that they can do at home using tools they can pick up at a pharmacy or a drugstore, and they can get an idea of where their body chemistry is. Now the book is available on Amazon, but below this video in the description, I'm going to give you a link where you can download the entire book for free. So you'll get the whole thing for free, and that'll walk you through how to do these things with your clients to get an idea where their body chemistry is. This is also why you hear about people having success with things like cod liver oil for ADHD. Cod liver oil contains fatty acids that will push a person more insulin resistant. Well, we know insulin resistance is a bad thing, but if a person's insulin is acting like a big bully and it's working too effectively and making sugar crash too hard, then we want to push them a little more insulin resistant, where their insulin isn't acting like a big bully. So things like cod liver oil can be very successful for those clients. So here are the 3 steps that can really help clients improve these ADHD symptoms. Number 1 is lifting mineral levels. Now we can do this with some mineral supplements. It works okay for some people. Using a good sea salt or some type of good unrefined salt can really be beneficial. But even better than that to raise minerals is number 2, and that's to fix any digestive malfunctions. If someone is not digesting their food correctly, which is really common, they can't pull all the minerals out of that food. They can't pull all those minerals into the system, and they're not getting everything out of the food that they're eating. So if a client's dealing with any digestive symptoms at all, any burping, bloating, acid reflux, digestion, constipation, any of those things like nausea, you really got to help them fix those issues so that the digestion is working correctly. Now, chapters 3 and 4 of my book that I told you how to get for free below walk you through how to figure out which aspects of digestion may not be working correctly with your clients and steps they can take to improve those. And step number 3 is to improve any hypoglycemia issue. Now we'll put a link to a video below that kind of helps you understand hypoglycemia a little bit better, what body chemistry issues to look for and how to help clients fix that. But it's really important to work on all 3 of these steps if the client is dealing with any of those issues. So check out the links below to get that free book. But for now, watch our video on helping clients understand digestive issues so you can help them fix any of those problems they may be having. I can't wait to hear about your results.